Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. So today we're doing our Index Card Scrabble Piece challenge. We're almost through the entire alphabet and we're up to the letter R. So let's just get started. I went ahead and inked around my large index card, which measures 5 by 8, with the color Rustic Wilderness. It's a color that I've been using a lot lately, as well as I inked this other large index card with ground espresso, and I just rounded the corners. So that's all I've done so far to these two index cards. I am going to do a little bit of collaging on here, and I like to pull from my Webster's New World Dictionary. Let's just go straight down to R and see what we find. Here we go. Razzmatazz. Like, who doesn't like that word? Let's start right there. So, yank that out. And this one happened to come with the R directly on the tab of the dictionary page. So, I'm going to keep that in the project. I'm just going to tear some of this paper and start layering some stuff on here. So I hope you all are having a crafty day. Those of you who are participating in this challenge, thank you so much for posting your projects for me to see. I do appreciate that, and I love them all. So thank you guys, and thanks for subscribing. Like, lately I've gotten a lot more subscribers, so thanks to each and every one of you for subscribing to the channel. It does mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. So I'm going to use this word right here, razzmatazz. Alright, I know my paper won't focus. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to use this section of this dictionary page and ink these up. Let's just ink them all together if I can. I'm going to use some of this Rustic Wilderness and just rough up the edges with some color just to get rid of some of that stark white. And maybe I will tear this section right around this word so it stands out a little bit more. I know the last couple of index card Scrabble Piece challenges, I did some deco collage, like I did some Mod Podging or what is that? Clear gesso, maybe. That takes a little while to dry, so I'll probably, if I decide to do it to these, I'll do it off camera just to speed this process along. And I want to use, I have so much paper here on my desk. I'm just going to grab just some of anything. This is like some pre-collaged paper. I wanted to grab some recipe book, but I didn't prep for that. I didn't bring any recipe book pages over to my desk. So I'll just use what I've got right here on my desk. So that'll go like that. This will probably go over here. And what is this? Dressmaker's Matron. I'll save that for another project. Let's tie these two together. Here, get some more ink on my dauber. Let's tie these two together by placing half of this from one page on both index cards. So yeah, I have two letter R's today. One is a wood colored R, the other one is somewhere here on my desk, and it's the white colored R. So yeah, we'll play with these two. I'm just gonna pop this down here and here, and yeah, let's go with that. Let's just grab some glue and start gluing things in place so I don't get too far ahead of myself. And this is that Jot, it was a Jot Activity, I believe it's called. This glue is really good, guys. I'm really impressed with this Jot product. I'm not really impressed with too many Jot products, but this one is a good glue for doing paper to paper. and collaging and gluing things together, like simple stuff, right? So if you want to glue a lot more thicker things together, like paper to cardstock or paper to fabric, you might want to use Fabrifix or Scotch Create, but this is a nice quality glue. I've had no complaints so far. Nothing that I've stuck down has lifted. Sometimes I can't get the things that I do want lifted off the page. I just want to make sure I got this corner. So yeah, that's a prime example of how well this glue works. So yep, that's gonna go really nicely as my base, and I'll do the same for this one. Let me just get some more ink on this. So as construction goes, you know, there are delays. There's material delays, there's, you know, labor delays, and you got to account for people getting sick and such. So right now construction is on hold for a few, but I'm sure everyone will get better and come back to work pretty soon, and I'm looking forward to that, because I need my craft room like put back together. Like things are left undone. There's a hole in the wall still, so yeah, I need my craft room reassembled, guys. So get well soon. But you know, as construction goes, these are the things that we have to live with. Unfinished work and just things in disarray for a little while. And I'm a very accommodating person. I can live with it for a little bit, but you know, after a while it gets old. You know, you don't want to look up and see a hole in the wall for too much longer. So hopefully the plumber will come back and finish what he needs to do, and then the drywall guys can come in and do what they need to do. So it's just a waiting game. And yeah, and if you hear barking coming from the other room, that is Dolce. He is being a naughty boy. He wants to be fed, and all he wants to do is eat and sleep. And if he does not eat right at his time to eat, he's gonna bark and be very boisterous about it. So he never barks. This dog hardly ever barks. He would rather use his claws and tippy-toe across the room over and over and over again to get your attention than to bark. Okay, and he knows how annoying his claws can be, so he's due for a trimming. So I'll probably take him sometime this week. So every so often you might hear like a little yelp coming from the other room, and it's because it's his feeding time. It's like a little baby, you know how babies can be. Anyway, so that's that. I'm just inking some pages just in case I need some more of this dictionary paper. I'm thinking somewhere around here I might need some. So I'm just going to tear this off, ink it some more, and probably just pop that down right there. So yeah, let me see what else is happening. Anything else is happening? What was I watching? Oh, I was listening to a podcast. So yeah, this couple on this podcast, Heath and God, what is her name again? Starts with a D. Daphne. Heath and Daphne are the couple that does the podcast that I've been listening to, and they are great. So yeah, they have a new podcast that comes out on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I'm all caught up now, but this last one was pretty scary because it took place in Utah. where some kids fell down a mine shaft, which is terrible in itself, but kind of find out that someone they knew was responsible. So yeah, if you're into true crime, that's just a podcast that I've been listening to. Another good podcast that I've been listening to, it's called The Moth, M-O-T-H, The Moth, and it's all about storytelling. So there's just random people telling stories about their experiences, their life, things that they've witnessed or been a part of, and it's all true stories. And yeah, it's called The Moth, and I like that. I like that that true storytelling type of podcast. You know, it's no professionals, they're just regular people like you and me telling stories. And it's hosted by the Public Radio Network, so yeah. Or is it Public Radio? Yeah, I believe so. PRN, not NPR. It's Public Radio Network. But yeah, it's a really nice stories to listen to. Yeah, I'm just cutting up some washi stickers. This is a rose, which will go well with my letter R. This is a yellow rose washi, and I'm just cutting around some of the extra white parts of it just to tone it down some, because once you stick it to your page, it's like you can't ink it at that point. So I will ink some of this with this green, like around the leaves and the stem, and around the flower area I will ink with some of this brown walnut stain. I mean, not walnut stain, ground espresso. Jeez, it's practically my favorite. Let me grab this guy, and I just want to ink around inside the middle here just to dull this down some. And while I have this out, although I don't need it, I just want to ink around in here to dull down some of this dictionary paper. And look at that, it changes the look of the, I mean, just like that, just a little bit of ink really just changes everything, dulls everything down so it's not so stark white in your face. So yeah, I'll just do that to all of my dictionary paper. Okay, and then it kind of looks, you know, coffee dyed or tea dyed, but it's dulled down. So there. And let me grab a little pokey tool to separate my rose washi sticker. And I will pop this down onto the project. Try not to tear it. Come on, you can do it. Okay. All right. No, 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 no. Don't stick to yourself. Okay. So I'll just put that rose like right through here. Don't want to cover up my letter R too much. So whatever does not fit onto the index card, like right over here, I'll just chop it away because we won't need it. I don't even know where I found these scissors, but they were here on my desk. Okay, so there's that. And I have these roses. These are some wood laser cut roses. So I'll put one of each on each of these index cards like so. I'm going to use some Fabrifix glue. Of course, it's not ready to go. So let's see, do I have one? Yes. This one has a much wider tip on here, so it'll flow a lot quicker. the more air you can get into it, the faster it flows out of the tube or the bottle. And this one has a much wider tip. So I'll just pop that one right there. And do the same thing for these. Now these I bought at the dollar store. They come in a pack of probably, I want to say like 6. They're different. They're all different. Some have, well, you've seen me use them in this project. This particular one I think had all different kinds of flowers, so roses were in there as well. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to use these little ribbons as my tabs. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on both sides of the ribbon, and I'm going to pop it down right here on the top of this index card. So that'll be one tab, and then this will be the other. So yeah, this is just some little crochet ribbon that I had in a stash somewhere on my desk, or in my desk, in a drawer. So there's some ribbon for you. And on this one I'll place some ribbon as well. I'll use this lacy ribbon down here at the bottom. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm just using Fabrifix because it's here and ready to go. And it's bubbling out of the tube, so I'll close it up and place this little bit of ribbon right down here at the bottom. Okay, so our base is done. I've gotten some 3D going on with my laser cut wood pieces. The only thing left to do is find my letters, which I'm using this lowercase letter R, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to it to get it as sticky as possible. I'm just going to stick it down right there. Whoa. And then I have here a raccoon. Okay, so a letter R with a raccoon. And I'm just going to stick that down just about anywhere on here. Have a couple more stickers here. So, or this is just a little piece of ephemera. It says R1607, whatever that is. I'm just going to stick that right there. And I have another rose washi. This one is clear, and the rose itself is in a black ink, kind of, you know. So it's a black and white, or a monochrome sticker. So I'm just going to pop that down right there. Kind of looks like a stamp. And lastly, but not the least, I will put on my index cards. So here's this one. Not my index cards, these are Scrabble pieces. I always say that. I always do this. I do this so often, and I still mix it up. I still call my index cards Scrabble pieces and my Scrabble pieces index cards. What have you. Whatever. Okay, and this one will go on here, right about there. One last thing, I have this smaller uppercase letter R. So I'll just stick them in the corner, right about there. Alright guys, that's about it. We've gotten through another Index Card Scrabble Piece challenge. It's a really quick process to do something so simple yet so useful. Like, I can totally turn these into just about anything. I'm thinking about popping a ring through all of them when I'm done, but we will get to the end of the alphabet here pretty soon, Coming up is the letter S. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you like the content here on this channel, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications after you've done so, as well as share these videos with your friends and family so that they can all see some of the creativity going on at Chronicles of a Crafter. Don't forget to tag me, check out my links down below. Stay naturally curious, guys, and I'll definitely talk to y'all in the next video. Bye!